ECRI is a monitoring body of the Council of Europe, which specializes in questions relating to the fight against racism, discrimination on grounds of race, ethnic national origin, color, citizenship, religion, language, sexual orientation, gender identity, and sex characteristics, xenophobia, anti-Semitism, and intolerance in Europe. We prepare monitoring reports on these questions for each Council of Europe member state, approximately every 5 or 6 years, and we also develop general policy recommendations addressed to member states based on our monitoring. I'm truly happy that our monitoring reports and general policy recommendations have been used in the cooperation projects organized under this phase of the Partnership for Good Governance. I see this as a virtuous circle through which we as ECRI can also see how our recommendations to member states become living instruments and can indeed improve the lives of groups of interest and of concern to ECRI. In our latest monitoring reports, we assessed that there were legislative gaps in anti-discrimination legislation, as well as lack of data, a need for reinforcing national strategies against hate speech, and also a need for reinforcing equality bodies in the countries concerned by the Partnership for Good Governance. The EU Council of Europe project is assisting countries exactly on these aspects, and it is reassuring to see, for example, how the Armenian Ministry of Justice took into account the findings on hate speech, or how the Ukrainian Ombuds Office committed to coordinate the production of data on discrimination, how the Moldovan authorities engaged in training on hate speech for their staff, how willing the Ombudsperson Office in Azerbaijan was to train its staff on discrimination, to name just a few examples. These are all promising steps showing that through programs such as the PGG, our monitoring becomes a stepping stone for supporting governance nationally in the field of equality. As you know, we are in times where COVID-19 pandemic has questioned a lot of the ways we used to work or live. It has also led to wider stigmatization and racism. We cannot pretend things are business as usual anymore. And actually, the fight against discrimination has never been business as usual. We see with concern that in some countries, not only the fight for equality is not progressive, but there are even signs of regression. This is very concerning to us. This requires our international institutions to be attentive and supportive to all the efforts done to make our countries better places where anyone can live a life of dignity. We all need to reinforce the fight against discrimination. We in ECRI will continue to monitor carefully the situation in all Council of Europe member states, and I truly hope that programs such as this one will also give the push and support that our countries need to continue the road to equality. ECRI has repeatedly said that countering discrimination requires measures in all aspects of life. Indeed, dear viewers, it is my belief that equality starts with breakfast, as René Cassin said about human rights a few years ago, and that we need to support it in many different ways, through legislation, strategies, services, capacity building, awareness raising, and so on. All these are forms of support that the PGG offers, so I'm grateful for the opportunities offered by the program to our member states and to the people living in these countries, and I hope this program and its future generations will view equality and non-discrimination as a core priority. Thank you very much and have a great event.